Have you ever felt like your money disappears the second it hits your account? Well, you're not alone, but you don't have to live that way. Today, I'm going to break down how to finally escape the paycheck to paycheck cycle and take control of your finances. That way, by the end of this video, you're going to have a system that works whether you're an employee, an entrepreneur, or in transition, so that you can keep more of what you make and start building real wealth. I remember when I was in corporate making what I thought was a good salary. I was making six figures in IT, but every month I ended up with the feeling of not enough, not having enough. I really wasn't overflowing. And so the money came in and somehow it just vanished between bills, groceries, eating out, random expenses, lifestyle creep. And I'd be right back to waiting for the next paycheck. You see, so when I transitioned into entrepreneurship, the problem actually got worse because now, guess what? I didn't have a steady paycheck. I had months of good income and months of almost nothing. So it was like a cycle. It was literally riding a roller coaster. And so that's when I realized if I didn't learn a system to manage my money, I'd never break free from this cycle. That's why in this video, I want to share with you a few business coaching tips that have helped me. And I'm hoping that it will also help you along your journey. The first business coaching point is lifestyle creep. You see, the number one trap is lifestyle creep. As soon as you make more, you spend more. You get a raise maybe, or your business earns more revenue. And instead of building wealth, you maybe upgrade your car, your house, or your vacations, or anything else. Expenses just somehow increase. You feel successful, but you're still broke. So for example, let's take someone at $50,000 a year and someone at $100,000 a year, right? Both can live paycheck to paycheck. So it doesn't really matter how much you earn. You can literally be living paycheck to paycheck if you spend at the same rate that you earn. And that leads me to my second point. The second business coaching tip is pay yourself first. You see, the single biggest shift to break the cycle is paying yourself first. Most people pay bills, spend, pay expenses, and then they save whatever's left, which usually means nothing very much is left. So instead, flip it over, okay? So that way, the moment the money comes in, automatically move a portion to savings or investing. Treat it like a non-negotiable bill. So for example, save 10% before paying your bills. That's a good strategy that can lead you to more financial success. The third business coaching tip is think in percentages, not in amounts. What do I mean by that? Well, here's the trick. Don't focus on exact amounts. Focus on percentages. This works no matter what your income is. So for example, 50% can be for your needs, 30% can be for your wants, and 20% for savings and investing. So this way your money scales with your income. And when you think in terms of percentages, that way you know that based on your income or the revenue that comes in, it's going to fluctuate and it's going to change because you're going by percentages. So that means that the more you make, the more you save, you see? And that's going to help you in the long run to scale as you increase your income. And that's going to help you to never feel like you have to wait until you make more to save, because thinking in terms of percentages actually is growing with you. So my business coaching point number 4 is you want to have CEO style money buckets. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, you really need to take this to the next level because unlike a paycheck, business income can be unpredictable. And if you mix everything together in one bank account, it's financial chaos. And this is where CEO style money buckets come in. So think like a CEO and divide your money into these categories. So first, you want to pay yourself. How much? Well, 30 to 40%. Treat yourself like your most important employee. Pay yourself consistently. And this is going to cover your personal lifestyle, your savings, and financial stability. The second bucket is going to be taxes. And for taxes, you want to divvy out between 20 to 30%. And this is a huge one. The tax bucket. So many entrepreneurs get really blindsided at tax season when this comes around, and you don't want to be one of them. Always set aside some taxes right away. That way, tax season isn't so stressful. Now, the third bucket is reinvestment. And that could be 20 to 30%. And this is money to grow your business. You always want to think in terms of growth. And that can be marketing, ads, hiring, training, or maybe even new offers. So if you don't reinvest, you can't scale. So you always want to think in terms of reinvesting and allocate a separate bucket for that. The fourth bucket would be profit, and that could be between maybe 5 to 10%. And this is pure profit that you don't touch. It builds reserves, it strengthens your business health, and later becomes your wealth building money. This is money that you really don't want to touch. You want to continue to nurture it and see it grow. The fifth bucket is operating expenses, and that's about 20 to 30% you want to allocate. And these are day-to-day business costs. So think in terms of subscriptions, licensing, rent, tools. So the key is to keep this lean so that way your expenses don't hurt your profit. And this tip in terms of your expenses, you always want to keep an eye out on expenses. Make sure that you don't inflate it, or it's so easy to have this grow out of control. So definitely always keep an eye on your expenses. There's always an easier way to do things. I remember there was this one course I took and how I can streamline my my ads and bring in more leads. And they had about 4 to 5 different applications to do something. And each one of those had separate subscriptions and licenses that I had to pay. And then when I sat back and I says, okay, how can we simplify this? It turns out after a little research that with just one application, right, with just one software, I was able to cover all 4 things that I needed. So I was able to really streamline and reduce my expenses. So that's the kind of thinking that I want you to start doing. So let's just talk about a quick example on what that breakdown would look like for, let's say, a $10,000 a month revenue, right? So for instance, if you were to bring in $10,000 a month, you would pay yourself, let's say 30%, right? So that's $3,000. For taxes, it's about $2,500. That's your 25%. For reinvestment, let's say 25% for that. That's about $2,500. For profit, we want to save that and allocate, let's say 10%. That's about $1,000. For expenses, we'll say 10% is about $1,000. So you see, you notice how this keeps everything organized. So you always get paid. You always have your taxes allocated and covered. The business grows through your reinvestment. Profit builds up over time. So you have everything in its place, and that's how you want to organize yourself. This is how you stop living on the edge and really start thinking like a CEO. Business coaching tip number 5, you want to audit your spending. So finally, you need to catch your money leaks. So any subscriptions, fees, small impulse buys, so these add up to thousands every year. So maybe doing a quarterly money and audit check really helps you to reclaim the cash flow and redirect it to building wealth. So just allocate maybe once a month makes sense for you. Quarterly sounds good too, but step back and really take an audit on where are your money leaks, where are ways that you can really refine things. And that way you can reallocate those funds to maybe reinvesting in your business and building your business, or maybe into some profit. Let's take some action steps here. Here's what I want you to do today. I want you to set up one automatic transfer, whether it's 5%, 10%, 20%, really decide on a number and automate it. And this single step is going to shift you from reacting to your money to taking control of it. Breaking free from that paycheck to paycheck cycle isn't about earning more. It's about avoiding lifestyle creep, paying yourself first, thinking in percentages, using CEO style money buckets, and auditing your money leaks. So if you do these things, you're going to be really ready to set up a system for yourself. And you want the step-by-step guidance to not only break free from the cycle, but also start building long-term wealth. Breaking free from paycheck to paycheck isn't about earning more. It's about avoiding lifestyle creep. It's about paying yourself first. It's about thinking in terms of percentages when you allocate your money. It's about using CEO style money buckets. And it's about auditing your money leaks. This is what I mean when I say that you want to think in terms of having systems for your money. Okay? So if you're ready to set up this system for yourself and you want the step-by-step guidance, not only to break free from the cycle, but also start building long-term wealth, then join me inside the Financial Freedom Accelerator Academy. That's where I'll walk you through building your complete money plan from mindset to systems to wealth creation. The link is in the description. Check it out and enroll today. Now, if you found this video helpful, remember to subscribe, like, and share this video with someone that you think would really benefit from this business coaching. And if you want to know the 3 personal development habits that separate successful entrepreneurs from those who struggle, click this video next and trust me, you'll want to hear this next one.